Kyle Shanahan.
Mm-hmm.
Just what is he like as a coach? Like, what is it that we fans don't see behind the scenes that kind of speak to the type of coach that he is?
Yeah, I think the main thing is like, to my detriment, some would argue, like I'm active online, like I'm in the 49ers subreddit since I joined the team, and I'm like I get Niners stuff on my For You page on Twitter. So like I see what people say about Kyle and stuff like that, and like some things there's like a nugget of truth, but it just gets so exaggerated that it's like kind of just a bit out of control. But what I would say is like he's known for being like an offensive genius. What I will say is like he conducts his like team meetings like in such a way that like I've never known more about football than when I was sitting in his meetings, and like he's able to explain it that, you know, in a way that even a long snapper can understand, I guess you could say. But Trent Williams has been quoted as saying like he learned so much about offenses and like angles and gaps and all this stuff just from sitting in his meetings. Like he actually teaches you football, and because he's a, you know, was a coordinator for a long time, and he's, you know, basically a prodigy with his dad being who he is. Like it's one of those things, if you're an offensive coach, you can coach the defense in a way of like knowing what their responsibilities are, how to beat it and stuff. And so just on both sides of the ball, it was just like super impactful. The way he led his team meetings during the week were really amazing. Wednesday was so awesome. He goes through you know, a what it takes meeting on what's it going to take to beat this team this week, and he goes through, you know, their offense and says like three things that they do really well, and then he like plays clips, and then he'll go through our defense and say the things that we can do that we do well to like stop it, and then vice versa for offense, and a little bit about special teams, and like just the depth that he goes in, and like he really teaches everybody about our offense, especially during OTAs and training camp, or OTAs mostly, because we all have like big team meetings then. You just learn so much football from him. And he's a chill guy. And like I said, there it's not a daycare center. I've been in other teams where like there are just meetings scheduled all day long to make sure you're in the building and you're focused on football, and they don't give you any time out of there. Like he gets in, gets the stuff done, and gets out. And I think a lot of it is like there's a lot of support staff in San Francisco that like helps break down film and stuff like that. So I think the coaches actually have a lot of work, but it's one of those things like they want pros in that building that can handle themselves, and just like they're not going to babysit you. They're going to treat you like pros, and like they expect you to learn it at their pace. And you know, it's worked for them. They've been very successful over the last 8 years that he's been there.